we got breaking sports news. And it's big news for your Colorado Avalanche. The Avs have just announced that they have extended Marty Nachos for an 8-year contract.
Marty Nachos.
Marty Nachos is locked up.
Marty's going to have a party.
Nachos is locked up to an 8-year contract extension. What's the report on the AAV? On the average?
$11.5 million annual average value.
Interesting.
90. Is it 90.4?
Overall in the contract on the 8-year extension?
I think it's 92 straight up.
92 straight up.
Interesting.
92 million.
So there, Marty Nachos
$1
locked
million.
down for your Colorado Avalanche. So that deal is done. Yeah, you got to feel good getting that
Marty
thing done,
Nachos he got broke off though.
Yeah, well,
he got broke off something vicious.
He's making $1 million less per year than Connor McDavid is right now. That's a pretty good contract, right?
And he's your
Right.
third best
Listen.
player.
Nate,
Fourth?
your entire team is basically locked down except for Cale Makar, who you have to pay after this season, right? After the 2026 season. So not this upcoming off season, you're gonna have to pay Cale Makar. And if I'm Cale, man, I'm asking for a.
So it's interesting. So the Pierre LeBrun just in is that $60.4 million of that 92 is signing bonus.
Interesting. So I wonder if this is a front-loaded contract or just front-loaded.
So Marty Nachos he's one of our coworkers, right?
Yes, he is. Yes, he
Here
is.
at Crocky Sports and Entertainment.
Yes. Well,
Why does I didn't get that signing bonus?
Well, I mean, go ahead and fire off that email. See how it works for you.
Excuse me, Mr. Crocky. I was just comparing notes with some of my fellow coworkers here.
I would love to see what Dimoff would have to say if you hit him with that text, bro.
Oh, I love it. It's so good.
So no, you know what? I had not heard anything about this. I didn't know if they were still talking with Marty's agent once the season started and everything, but obviously they did. And here we are. According to Pierre Lebrun, it's 8 by 11.5 AAV. So yeah, you're locked down. So now the only people you have to pay is Cale and Cale. If I'm Cale Makar and I'm one of the greatest blue liners to ever hit the ice, I don't even know what his agent's going to ask. Is he going to ask for Kaprizov money? Is he going to ask for $16 million a year? And I mean, if you're the Avs, you pay it, right? I don't know. But it's good to have Marty locked down because now the only thing you have to juggle is Cale, Sammy G, right? Is there anybody else coming up? Like, I think Ross Colton's contract is done or will be up after this season. But everybody, like Nathan McKinnon signed through 2030. Gabe Landeskog is signed through 2028. Marty Nachos is now signed through 2032, right? Is that the right math? Or it could be the wrong math. You know what I mean? Val Nichushkin is signed through 2029. Mackenzie Blackwood is signed through 2029. Your entire roster is basically locked down now, except for Cale, whatever you're going to have to do with Cale after this season, which is, I'm sure, not going to be an issue because you pay him whatever he wants because he's Cale freaking Makar. But there you go. I mean, you know what? Text line? Let us know. The Shop Mazda text line, one price, one person, 1 hour, 303-504-0925. Keep that number in mind because here in about 15 minutes, we'll have another keyword for you to win some Nuggets tickets on a Nuggets Ticket Thursday. But let us know how everybody's feeling now that Marty Nachos is locked down as he signs an 8-year contract extension. So this is your entire top 6 and both goaltenders are locked down. Most of the blue line is locked down. Although the NHL does love its trade, so who knows what this roster looks like by the time the NHL Olympic break comes up and after. But yeah, you got to be pretty happy with, because I didn't know that, I mean, Marty, people were asking, like, is he happy here in Colorado? Does he want to stay here in Colorado? Yeah, now you know. Now he's here.
The guru right here on the Safeway Twitch feed just said, oh God, what I just walk into? 8 years?
8 years.
Dude hasn't even shown up in the playoffs.
8 years. No, I mean,
and he didn't for the Canes.
who do you want to pay? Who do you want to give that money to? Instead of Marty, man.
I love Marty.
Have you seen the start of the season that man has had?
I love Marty. I love his pace. I love the ability for him to cover asinine amounts of ice in short order. But you got to see it a little bit in the postseason.
I mean, it's not like, once again, it's not like this is his first deal. Like, I think we all know who Marty Nachos is, man. He's sitting up there on that top line with McKinnon getting you point after point. You guys don't, I mean, $11.5 million over 8 years. Not only is that a pretty good deal for the Avalanche and a pretty good deal for Marty, but that's an eminently tradable deal too if you don't like what you see. Am I right or am I wrong? Like he got less than what Mikko's making in Dallas. He got $1 million less than what Mikko is making in Dallas. He got $1 million less than what Connor McDavid is currently making.
All right, so the highest average annual value hockey players currently in the National Hockey League. Number 1 is Kirill Kaprizov at 17 per.
Yeah.
Leon Draisaitl's 14 mil per. Jack Eichel 13.5 per. Nathan McKinnon 12.6 per. Connor McPickles 12.5. And then you get down to where Marty Nachos would slate here. Yeah, and it puts him just behind Elias Pettersson and just ahead of Erik Karlsson and William Nylander.
Mm-hmm.
Igor Shesterkin's at 11.5.
I like. Well, yeah, that's a goaltender.
You make more than David Pastrnak, which is.
But maybe it's because I like Marty a whole lot more than
Pasternak's
some
contract
people
was
do.
signed in 23.
But I'm a big fan of Marty Nachos, and not only that, I think this could be the best statistical year of his career. He could put up some stupid numbers this year playing on that top line with Mac and Lecky right now. But all right, yeah, let's see text line. How y'all feeling? Adam says. The tradable bit is important. I like Marty, but there is a valid concern about playoff performance. Well, I mean, you're not going to trade him before the playoffs either. You're going to, you know what? Let's go to the hotline and bring in an NHL expert whose first question from me is going to be, when the hell you coming back to your own show, brother? Welcome in Alex Ryanemi.
I'm coming home soon, boys. Don't you worry. I'm
Proof
coming home soon.
man.
Proof of life.
Yeah, I know he's alive.
I've
alive.
been texting this man for the last 17 weeks.
Yeah, and he's not been answering.
I'm playing. How's first off? How is Mama and how is Baby? That's the most important thing.
Mom and Baby are healthy and happy, although Baby is choosing not to sleep in recent days, which makes me not able to sleep. So I'm alive. I'm tired, but we're doing well. I appreciate it, Coach.
All right, man. Well, break it down for us. Marty Nachos, 8-year contract extension, man.
Yeah, I love the contract extension because, like, my answer here is, what else are you going to do? Are you going to go into the trade deadline with the same situation you did last year with Mikko Rantanen? There's going to be a lot of Avs fans that look at this and go, well, why didn't you just sign Mikko for that? Or why didn't you give Mikko $500,000 more? And if people have been listening to what John Michael Lyles went on and said, it echoes a lot of what I was talking about and what McGahey was talking about a year ago, saying that Rantanen was never going to sign for $12 million here. He had to be told no by the Avalanche, had to be told no by the Hurricanes and the Toronto Maple Leafs for him to then just go to Dallas and go, all right, I guess I'll sign 12 now. I like the fact that Nachos works well with McKinnon. I think he's going to be a guy who scores like 400 points over the course of the next 4 seasons, because when you're playing with Nate, he just puts you in great positions. I totally understand the fan base that goes, show it to me in the playoffs. And I agree with you, right? At 11.5, you're a top 15 paid player in the league right now. You're paid as much as William Nylander. Talk about show it to me in the playoffs. He hasn't done so in Toronto as well. He's going to be a great regular season performer. He works wonderfully with McKinnon. You just have to bet on the data set that says a guy who plays with the puck that often and is that successful with the puck that often, eventually it works in the playoffs. I think it's going to.
All right. Oh, well, let me ask you how it's going, because in 66 playoff games, Marty's got 35 points.
Yeah, not enough. Not enough.
What
right?
is enough? What is enough at $11.5 million a season playing on the top line?
I don't know if I can ask for point per game, because that's getting into like Hall of Fame territory for players, but I need him to be north of like 3/4 of a point per game. I need him to be at 0.8, 0.9, touching on 1 point per game if he's going to be out there on the top power play unit and playing 20, 24 minutes with McKinnon. Yeah, he's got to get that up there. I don't know if he'll ever get up to being a career point per game because he's already shy by like 30, 35 points or whatever it was that you just mentioned. He's not going to be Rantanen, right? He's not going to be Nate. Those are shoe-in Hall of Famers, but he's got to be close to it.
Raj, we haven't had a chance to catch up just on what we've seen from the Avs thus far. How do you like what you're seeing out there on the ice and how this team is comprised? And what do you think about the youngsters and some of the production that you're seeing out of some of the Bardakov and what's my guy's name? Drawing a blank.
The little dude, Gavin Brindley.
Brindley.
My homie.
Yeah, no. Raj loves Brindley because Brindley's 5'9", and
I love
Raj
myself
is
some Brindley.
right. Like Raj, do you see yourself in Gavin Brindley? You're like, that could have been me, man, if I dedicated myself to hockey when I was younger.
If I took those Tyler Columbus meds.
Boys, that's such a slap in the face of Gavin Brindley to put me in the same sentence as him. No, I don't see myself in him at all. I do love a young, small player who plays the right way. Like, he's a 200-foot player who's difficult to play against defensively, gets pucks out, and he goes into crappy areas. He goes into really hard areas all the time. And he's relatively successful as a young guy out of Michigan. I like the young talent. Bardakov's fun. I don't know if he's like a full-time NHLer yet, but there's no energy like Russian who loves scoring goal energy. Like, I was talking with Springer about it on the postgame show a couple of nights ago. The only thing that comes close to that is a Dominican hitting a home run. And it's infectious.
Especially if it's a free-swinging Dominican that took it off the shoe tops. I love that.
Yeah, I like the young talent. I think at 5-on-5, they may be the best team in the league. The power play is an issue, and it got back on track against the number 1 penalty kill in the league the last 2 games, which were the New Jersey Devils. They were operating at like a 94% kill clip. That needs to be fixed. And it starts with getting Val Nichushkin back out in the power play like they did a couple of nights ago. I'd like to see Gabe Landeskog sprinkled in there a little bit. The movement has to be continuous on the power play for me to be okay with them. But at 5-on-5, man, and that's where the majority of hockey is played, is 5-on-5. If you're the best team in the league, I'm going to go back to data sets, right? More often than not, if you have that massive piece of data, it will win out eventually. I'd rather them be excellent at 5-on-5 than them be terrible at 5-on-5 and excellent on the power play. I think most of these numbers are going to come back to the mean, much like we've started to see them happen over the past half week.
Outside of injury, can you give me a reason why you don't think Marty Nachos won't have the best season of his career this year with the Avalanche?
No, that's it. That's it. The only time is that he doesn't play. Or if like he's so bad and so porous defensively that Bednar has to demote him to the 2nd or 3rd line. But I haven't seen that out of him yet this year, outside of like 3-on-3 overtime. He and Nate together suck at 3-on-3 overtime. Don't put them together ever again. And that's okay. Like, they can be awesome at 5-on-5 and not great at 3-on-3 because there's too much space. I just see good things with Marty. He's a really good fit alongside Nathan McKinnon. You now have 2 of the top 3 fastest 2 of the top 5 fastest players on planet Earth right now playing 22 minutes a game together.
Raj, one of the things that I've argued with you probably the most over the last couple of years has been regular season overtime hockey. And you just continue to tell me, hey, stop worrying about it. It's okay. Who cares about the stupid?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. Do you still feel that way after the beginning of the season?
Yep. I sure do.
God, it's so un-American.
Because the Avalanche are what? Are they 1 in the West right now, or like 2 in the West?
Yeah, now that Utah caught that loss the other day, they might be.
They're up to 1 now.
Yeah, Utah
all right,
lost.
So they're right there. My answer is still the same. Just get a point. I think I've gone over this a few times. Like, you could lose like 60 games in a season, and as long as you get a point and you win the other 22 games, you're like the best team in your conference. Just get a point. I don't care about 3-on-3. It's fake hockey. So is the shootout. I care about how you are 5-on-5. I'm going to do a deeper dive before I get back on the show because I assume the Avs are going to lose some more games in overtime and shootout before I get back onto the show. I'm going to do a deep dive into just how important the extra point is. I did it a few years ago. I found out that like there's 3 instances that kept teams out of the playoffs. Most of the time, if you just get to the extra session and guarantee yourself a point, it's all that matters over the course of an 82 game season.
Marty's already got 13 points through 11 games played, and now this whole contract situation is off his mind. You know what I mean? Now it was the owner of the Utah Mammoth, because Logan Cooley just signed it. You know what, Raj? Do you know what Logan's AAV was when he signed with Utah?
8 by 10.
8 by
8
10?
by 10.
Okay. So and Utah was saying, like, we love these 8-year contracts, because now they're like, yo, Logan, buy a house. You're here for a decade. You're in the city for the head. And now Marty, it's like, yo, Marty, you're here, man. You're here. You're part of this team. You're here for 8 more years on this extension. So, like, he started hot. I mean, 13 points through 11 games played is good. He's got 7 goals scored already on the season. How much more talent do you think this Avs team can possibly handle once the NHL trade deadline comes? I know you have your eye on it, even though it's 4 months away, man. So how much more talent can this Avs team possibly add?
I don't know. How bad do the Calgary Flames suck right now?
Yeah, what's up, Nas?
That's my answer to that.
What's up, Nas? Yes, they're bad. They're bad.
The Avs don't have a first-round pick to trade this year, or a second, or a third. You can trade your 2027 and 2028 firsts if you want to do that. It would take a first-round pick and likely another player to get Calgary to not only give you Kadri, but to retain salary, and that's what you would need salary retention. I would love to see Kadri back here. I think he would be a wonderful fit as a third-line center. Imagine Naz Kadri, your third-line center, or it gives you the ability to flip-flop him and Brock Nelson, depending on how well those two guys are playing. I have a sneaking feeling that that Barry Zito and the Florida Panthers are going to swoop in and grab Kadri from the Flames, but they also don't have a first round pick to trade this year, next year, or the following season. So it'd be a kind of a punt down the road for the Flames. They've got a little bit of room, but I said this after the Devils game. With the roster currently comprised today, and how's this? On Friday, I assume that Mackenzie Blackwood plays at 2 p.m. on Friday. With that roster, I'm comfortable with them going to the playoffs as they sit today. I wouldn't be upset if they didn't make a move. Maybe another defenseman, like a big defenseman, if they come on the market, but those guys don't come on the market all that often, right? Like the Seth Jones trades of the world aren't there every season, but if one happens to pop up, like if Brandon Carlo's available at the deadline this year because Toronto's floundering, I would take it, but I think they're good enough as it stands right now to win a cup.
How about this? You now have the majority of your top 6 and all your best players locked up, except for one, Raj. What are they going to have to pay Cale Makar next offseason? What do you have to pay?
He asks
this
for.
Is exactly what I'm talking about. But if you're Cale, I would pay that man $20 million. I would make him the highest paid player in the NHL. But is that what he's gonna? Are you gonna have to give him Kirill, the 3-year-old, money? $17 million a year, $16 million a year?
I don't think he's gonna break down the door backing in a Brinks truck, man. I think he's
gonna go.
Shouldn't he? There's no reason why he shouldn't, right? He's already taken a team-friendly bridge deal. He is the best defenseman on planet Earth. The guy's going to win like 5-6 Norris trophies by the time it's all done. He's already got a Conn Smythe, a Calder Trophy, a Stanley Cup championship to his name. If he wanted to go in and demand $17 million, he can, and I think the Avs would pay it because they'd be dumb not to. I don't think he's going to do it. Like, I don't think he's going to hamstring the team. I think you look at what Florida's doing and seeing all of these, they're still paying their players. Like, don't get me wrong, but you see a lot of these deals where they're taking just a little bit less. And I think that the Necas deal at 11.5 allows them a little bit of wiggle room, especially with the cap skyrocketing over the next couple of seasons. I don't know, 15?
Really? Do you think there's a team that would come over the top? Like a truly sucktastic team like the Sharks or the Blues or somebody like that, or the Minnesota Wild, who already spent a ton of money, and just say, hey, Cale, we'll give you $23 million a year or something like that.
If he gets to market, I wouldn't put it out of the equation, but I highly doubt Cale Makar ever gets to market.
Yeah.
Chris McFarland and Sakic and Bednar won't allow that to happen. He is a generational player. Like, he is when you think about best defenseman in the history of the game, by the time Cale's 40 years old, he's going to be up there with Bork and Lidstrom or he'll be up there on that Mount Rushmore if he continues to play as consistently as he has, be an excellent two-way defender. And I still think he's going to score 100 points this year. He's got 15 points as a defenseman, 5 clear of the next best. He's a freak.
All right, man. We're done with you, bro. You unless you want to do the keyword real quick, you can go back to not working, brother. You can go back to chilling out, man. I hope everything's been going all right for you. Say what's up to Camille for me, will you?
I will. Cammy says hi. She's screaming upstairs.
Ooh, I like Cammy.
I will be
awesome.
back. I will be back sooner than you guys think. Berto, thanks for holding down the fort.
No
Coach,
problem, brother.
KJ, I miss you guys.
No,
Miss you
brother.
too, brother.
All right, man, Raj, take it easy,
Take
brother.
care of that
it
mama.
easy.